This week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
Fight fans, fight fans, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Dillian, the body snatcher White. Get this. Dillian White will accept the 80-20 split Tyson Fury purse if the appeal is unsuccessful. Dillian White is set to begrudgingly accept an 80-20 split, reluctantly, okay? Accept an 80-20 split purse split to fight Tyson Fury if his appeal is unsuccessful, according to promoter Eddie Hearn, okay? Dillian White has recently accepted to the split ahead of the proposed fight with Tyson Fury if the appeal if his appeal to increase his share is unsuccessful. The 33-year-old was ordered the minimal percentage of the fight fee despite his status as the interim champion and the Gypsy King's mandatory challenger. White and his team are livid with the decision and have launched an arbitration against the WBC. The boxer's promoter Eddie Hearn expects that to kibosh the purse bids that were scheduled for Mexico City next week. The Matchroom boss said there is a lot going on legally behind the scenes with Dillian and the WBC. We are not happy at all with the 80-20 split ruling, and there is a process now that we have to go through to object. Okay. Now, he also stated he would accept it once an arbitration or court has taken place because he feels very strongly. He added he feels that 80-20 is not fair, but if the court or of arbitration decides it is, then I think he will proceed. The offers that have come to Dillian so far have not been acceptable, but the number we bid at purse bids probably will be. So he is in no rush to take unfair deals, but we expect the split to be increased via the process we are going through. Let me counterpunch. Is the split fair? For a mandatory, it's the lowest for the mandatory, but Dillian White, let's face it, is more than that. He's the interim champion. So yes, they're lowballing the shit out of him. We all know that, and we all know that the WBC has shit all on Dillian White minutes of times. We know that. He's made his complaints. We also know that. At least he has a voice and he's outspoken to know when there is injustice, because some fighters don't even have the mind to even think about doing what Dillian White's done or trying to do. Okay, he's made his voice heard. He has a good promoter, probably one of the best promoters we have today, that's, siding for him. And this is where we're at. But obviously the powers that be, which is the WBC, does not want him to get the fair share, and by doing that, they hope he doesn't take that, because they don't like dealing with Dillian White anyway, because he is outspoken and because he does have a power promoter backing him. Okay. That being said, people, I think if he lets it and he's done all he can do, I would think that's a good idea to take it, because it wouldn't make any sense to not take it and then you miss your opportunity again. So I think Dillian White is starting to see the light. Bars. I think he's starting to see that, hey, these people don't like me, and I have to do what throwback people used to do. I had to do what Evander Holyfield did with Riddick Bowe, what Lennox Lewis did with Evander Holyfield. Okay, take flat fees and flat rates and these things because you're confident in yourself. But what I think about this fight is, I think that Dillian White doesn't need the perks. I think what's going to help Dillian White is how bad they do him. I think what's going to help him is the injustice. I think that's going to make him hungrier, madder, angrier. Because when you go in there knowing, I got 45% or I got 40%, right? You take your eye off the ball pretty much. Because if you worry about one thing, you can't worry about the other in its entirety and in the equal balance of how you should be. Then he should be focused on tearing Tyson Fury's head off. That's what he should be focused on. Okay? So if he does get that little shit amount, he's not going to be satisfied with it. So it's going to make him madder so he can focus on something else. So how do I get some get back? I get some get back by taking my ass in the ring with that raggedy, measly ass 20% and beating the other 80% out of him, or the percentage that I feel that I should have got. You take it out with these. That's how you do it. Okay? And that's what will make him that much hungrier. See, it's things like this that could be a blessing to a fighter, because Dillian White is shortchanged and he is done wrong, but what fires a person the most? When you hit them in their pockets and, like they did Ali, you make them feel like second-class citizens like they did Joe Frazier. What do you think Joe Frazier fueled Joe Frazier to fight Ali like he did in 1971? It was the fact that he was talked about, he was done wrongfully, right? He was ridiculed, and that made him hungry, and that made him angry. And anger gets shit done, okay? And I think in this situation, this will help him. So in a sense, it would be a blessing if he did take 20%, so he won't walk around so comfortable. See, if you see, again, for those who don't understand, if he gets what he feels he deserves, then he loses. Then, I got a shitload of money because the fight's going to do numbers, okay? It's going to be successful. It's going to be all that PBC shit they're throwing on pay-per-view left and right. It's going to do a lot better than that, okay? And I think they're looking too much in that on the business end versus what they should be realizing is that I am a representation of a person that has done wrong, of a champion that they've shed on, that a champion that did what he's supposed to do for this sanctioning body, and they took a big piss and shit on me. Okay? So for that reason, I'm going to go out there and fight like I've never fought before. And I'm going to beat Tyson Fury. That's what he should be worried about and thinking about. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Dillian White reluctantly taking the 20% if he loses the arbitration. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.